How's it going, guys? It's Kyle Collects back again with another video. Today's video is going to be a utility blade comparison, and I'm only going to talk about two categories to compare all these knives I'm going to talk about today. One is going to be looks, and two is going to be function. And for this test, they are all going to be having these general purpose Milwaukee blades inside them. I've already switched all the knives to have this blade inside them, so they'll all have that in common with the looks. And then for functionality, I'm really only going to be testing the mechanisms and stuff like that, because obviously they're all going to be super sharp blades that'll slice. So this is the first knife here. This is just a really generic, cheap utility blade, and I've had it for a super long time. I believe it helped me move every time I've moved. We've used this for boxes and unboxing things, stuff like that. And yeah, it's a super cheap knife. Don't love it. Don't use it very much. For the category of looks, I'm going to, out of 10, I'm going to categorize these out of 10. I'm going to give it a big fat 1. It is quite ugly. At least it's silver. I've seen some uglier colors of this. And then for function, I'm going to give it I'll give it a 6 for function. It's really easy to get the blade in and out when wanting to use, but then knocks it down a few points for how you have to replace the blade. It takes quite a bit of time. All right, so the second utility blade I'm going to talk about is this little heart one. I got this one at Walmart. I believe it was like $8, between $5 to $10. And the only way you really activate it is by sliding this forward like this. It's kind of sticky, so it's not the easiest thing to retract and detract. And then it's got a little wrench thing right here. If you have a hex size, that is that exact size. It's got a little ruler here too if you need a 2-inch ruler. And then the good thing about this blade, it is a cheap blade. It's not the nicest thing, but the good thing about it is the blade replacement is quite easy. It's a little finicky, but all you have to do is press that button and pull it out for the most part. I just did it recently to put the Milwaukee blade in, so not too difficult. For the category of looks, I'm going to give this, honestly, a 7. It's got a belt clip. It's got these little tools on it. It's cool colors. So I'm going to give the looks a 7. And then for functionality, I'm also going to give it a 6. This time I'm knocking some points down for how sticky the thing is right here, the retractor is. And then it got a little bit of bump in points because you just press one button to retract the blade and replace it. All right, so the third utility knife I'm going to talk about is this little outdoor edge knife. I got this recently for Christmas, and it was featured in my last December pickups video. This thing is kind of cool. It's only $10. It is orange, which is my favorite color. And the way you use it is you press the button and push forward, and it locks in place. And then to retract the blade, all you have to do is press the button once, and it zooms back. And to replace the blade, while it's held forward, you hold down the button and just pull out the blade. So it's quite simple. I added this little lanyard onto here. I just thought it looked good and could be useful. And then it's got a belt clip here. It's got a little bottle opener right there. Got a little Phillips head and a little flat head on there. So this thing is pretty cool. For looks, I'm going to give the looks as well a 7, just like the previous one. It's a good looking little mini tool. It's bright colors. It's got the hardware sticking out, so looks pretty good. And then for function, I'm going to give the function a 7. Sometimes it's a little finicky. It's a little cheap, but it was better than both of the previous functions, and it's less finicky than both of those. So really like this thing. Plan on using it in the future. All right, so this is the fourth knife I'm going to talk about, and it is the DeWalt little flipper knife here. And as you can see, it's got a push button flipper. It falls down really nice. It's really easy to flip out, in and out. And then it's got this wire pocket clip right here. And then in order to replace the blade, all you do is lift up here, and then you pull the blade out. So super simple. So I use this thing every day at work, and my favorite parts about it are the easy flip in and out, and then obviously this belt clip, it just glides in and out of my pocket super easy. Don't even have to look. I can just grab it and then put it back, which is really nice. So for looks, I'm going to give this one, I'll give this one a 7 as well. The colors aren't the greatest. It's kind of bulky. And yeah, it just looks like a very much of a tool type utility blade. And then for function, I am going to give this one, honestly, a 9. Super easy to replace the blade. Super easy to pop it in and out. And flip it in, open and close. All right, so this is the 5th knife I'm going to talk about. And this is a Jerry Rig Everything utility knife. I didn't mention the last price of the last knife, and it was $15. And this one was about the same off of this website. I believe this orange was a special edition and was only available for a limited time. And honestly, the $15 price might have been a limited time as well. But this thing is beautiful looking. This is what it looks like when it's stuck out. That's how it's like a pocket knife almost. It's got the back closer. That's how you close it right there. And then to replace the blade, all you do is push the button and pull it out. So for this one, I'm going to give looks. I think this looks for this knife is a 10. Absolute 10. I think it's a great looking knife. I wouldn't change really anything about how it looks. Maybe add some sort of tool functionality down here. Well, other than that, this thing looks great. And then for functionality, I'm going to give it a 7. I'm going to give it a 7 because it's really easy and nice to pull out and replace the blade. However, it is super stiff on opening and closing. As you can see here, I can barely even do it with one finger. And it's really dangerous and hard to close the knife with one hand using that back closer like that. So those are the reasons I gave those scores. Other than that, big fan of this knife. Glad I picked it up. Alright, so this right here is the last knife I'm going to talk about. This is the O-Knife U1. This is what it looks like when it's retracted, and it exposes the entire blade, which is really nice. And it's got a micarta handle, this nice button flipper. And yeah, I really like this thing. It's kind of annoying to replace the blades. You have to use this little tool that comes with it in order to unscrew that thing. And then you just slide the blade out and then replace it. So for looks on this one, I'm going to give this one a 10 on looks as well. It's pretty sweet looking. I actually like how the whole mechanism for replacing the blade looks. And the fact that it shows the whole length of the blade. And then for functionality, I'm going to give it a 9. Actually an 8. I'm going to give it an 8. For the swapping blade mechanism, it's actually quite difficult. It was giving me some trouble. And then I lost the screw that comes out quite a bit. Alright, so thank you guys very much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is the final lineup for the order. I'm going to pop up the final scores for each of the knives right up on the screen. And stay tuned for more videos, guys. Thank you for 50 subscribers. Stay tuned for the face reveal at 100. Peace.